Listen, everybody needs a fairy godmother, just somebody to look out for them. Some people call me their fairy smoke mother, others their internet big sister, but you can call me Hannah, the host of Smoke Sash. So come hang out, let's light up and talk everything there is to life. The good, the bad, the ugly, the embarrassing. I've got a story for it all. Welcome back, hotties of the world, to another amazing, beautiful, wonderful, incredible episode of Smoke Sash. My name is Hannah, your host, and I am here with you all today to chit-chat, to hang out, to smoke a little bit of weed and see what the hell is going on in the world. You know what I mean? What are the vibes for the hotties this week? Last time we talked, it was a hot summer week, and I have a feeling this week is going to be, honestly, just as hot and summery, but my God, did I have a all-American, wet, hot American summer week last week. I was living my little America girl dreams. Not me going to like a baseball game and shooting off a firework, and I'm like, it's giving America. But my God, I had a hectic week last week. I feel like it's summer and I'm really just trying to take advantage of every moment that I can, because I know we only have like a couple more months left of this really hot heat and these warm summer days before it finally starts transitioning into fall. So I'm trying to just make as many memories as I can so I am able to get through winter a little bit easier, have some things to look forward to, have some good things to look back on. That's the best way to get through winter. And to be honest, all of my summer is really just winter prep. So best believe I was booked and busy last week. Like I said, I had a wet, hot American summer kind of week. We had the 4th of July. I went to a baseball game. I went to a baseball game on Tuesday after this episode, actually, or last episode, with my friends. It was Dollar Hot Dog Night. Of course, we had to go. Let's be real. Come on now. And it was supposed to like thunderstorm the whole entire night, but it ended up being okay. So we put on our little cutoff short shorts. I put on my little Budweiser cutoff t-shirt and a baseball hat, and we rolled up to that game. Not my friend packing a joint as if we're gonna smoke inside the stadium. Babe, where are we gonna smoke that? Let's be real. So funny though, because now in Missouri that it's legal, the baseball stadium has like a 420 section, which is like the vaping section. Like you can go there and vape. You cannot obviously smoke weed inside of the stadium, but like you can go hit your little THC cart in the 420 section. That had me cracking up. Anyways, us little girls in our cutoff denim shorts and our little red flip-flops, we pulled up to that baseball game ready to munch. I was ready to down like 8 hot dogs. Let's be real. I'm trying to get my fill in. The amount of hot dogs I ate last week actually is criminal. It's insane. No wonder my body feels like it's about to shut down this week. I was really going hard, I'm not gonna lie. But we rolled up to those gates. I had my little denim bag, my little denim shorts, and we're walking up, do. Keep in mind I ate an edible before this, so I was high as hell already, only thinking about hot dogs. We're walking up to the gate, my friends go right in. This old ass man shoved his arm in front of me and said, "Wait, not you." I was like, whoa, the edible? I was like, is this an edible experience or is this a real life experience? Like, am I hallucinating this? What's happening? He goes, your bag's too big. You can't bring it in. Keep in mind, I went to a Royals game about, like 2 months ago. This is the exact same bag I brought in. I was like, I didn't have a problem last time. And I was only giving him attitude because he was giving me attitude. Bitch, why the hell are you sticking your hand out at me? Like, there are better ways to go about this conversation. Like, hey, ma'am, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, protocol, whatever. Instead of, no, you need to turn around right now. My God, old men and their fucking egos. Bitch, you're working the front gate. Chill out. Like, have some fun. My God. Go drink a beer. There's a stand like 2 feet away. Anyways, I was like, well, I didn't have a problem last time. He's like, well, you cannot go in. You cannot go in. I will not allow you to go in. And this old lady walked up and started doing the same thing. And I was like, fuck it, whatever. I have the tickets. Let me scan my friends in and I'm going to go put my bag away. He was like, well, you can bring your wallet in and you can leave your bag here, and motioned to the trash can. And I was like, hell no. Girl, fuck you. I'll leave. I don't have time for this. This edible's kicking. I'm not about to fight this old man, this old lady right now. let me go. Like, I get it. Customer service, you have rules, you have regulations, but there's a way to go about it, okay? So fuck it. I was like, whatever. Let me scan my friends in. Let me get them there. They'll go buy us beers, hot dogs, whatever. They'll go do the little pre-game ritual, and I'll walk my ass a mile back to the car because we had to park so far away. Let's be real, we got there late. Fashionably late, as us girls do, but we got there late. So I start sad SpongeBob flip-flopping, you know the sound, back to my car. My head's down. I'm like holding on to my purse, like let me walk back. All of a sudden I see this golf cart flip around, pull up right next to me, and he goes, "Did they turn you away for your bag?" How did you know? How did you know? Yes, sir. This like 60-year-old man in a golf cart. I think he was like in charge of handing out water to the people working out there, because he had like these big water jugs. And as soon as he pulled over next to me, like a worker walked up with her cup and filled her water up. And he's like, "You know what? Hop in. I'll take you to your car. How far is it? Like, just motion over to where it is. I'll take you over there and I'll drive you back." My angel. I was like, "Are you sure? Like, I don't want to do that to you. Like, I'm sorry. I also don't have cash. Like, I don't know if this is like a concierge thing, but I literally, like, babe, I can Venmo you, I guess, but I don't have cash on me. I like, if this is just goodwill, then thank you. I will get in the car." And he's like, yeah, no worries. Like, you just looked really sad, babe. Get in the car. So I hop in this dude's cart. He drives me over to the car. I drop it off. He's like, "Okay, we're going to get you back. Like, I'll get you back." He drives me not up to the front of where like the sidewalk starts. He drives me over the sidewalk, through the barriers, directly past this old ass man who stopped me, and he dropped me off right in front of the metal detectors, right in front of the gate. He pulled me up as close as he possibly could. And as soon as this old man saw me pulling up in this golf cart, like, "Thank you, you're so sweet, I really appreciate you," his head went down. He did not say one word. He did not look in my direction. He knew he was being a dick. And I love when like good Samaritans show up and do their thing and put like people with a bad fucking attitude in their place without having to say anything. That's always the best way to do it. It's like, "Oh, you could have acted in the right way and you didn't. So let me go above and beyond to act in the right way." So he dropped me off right at the front gates. Bitch, no bag. What are you gonna do? Pat me down. I walk through those metal detectors, scan my little ticket, walk right in. Walk right the fuck in. Ugh, the worst. I hate old men with a big ego. They are the bane of my existence. Anyways, we went in there. I ate at least 5 hot dogs to myself and a soft pretzel with cheese and some popcorn and like 2 tall boy quirks. Fantastic time, great time. I don't even know what's happening in baseball. I really am only there for the Megatron, is that the word? That is not the word. It's the Jumbotron, that's the word. Not the Megatron. The Jumbotron, the kiss cam, the aesthetics of it all, that's what I'm there for. I'm there for the people watching, not the baseball watching. I don't care about those people, the people around me, because it's always the strangest characters, always. And my favorite thing to do off an edible is literally just watch the people around me and people watch and observe. It is so fun. Humans are so funny. Like, obviously me being a human, let's be real. But like we're so silly, the way we interact with each other. It just makes me giggle. So we had our little hot dogs and it was supposed to thunderstorm and we're sitting kind of like under the balcony a little bit. And all of a sudden, it just starts raining sideways. And we're sitting there giggling like, oh, look at all these little people who are close to like home base, like having to sprint up these fucking bleachers out of the rain. Like, oh my God, look at them. All of a sudden, the rain starts spinning in a circle in the stadium as if a tornado is about to form inside the stadium. And I'm not one to just sit around and observe. My friends were a little high and they were just like observing. My ass was up. I was up immediately because I'm like, I'm not getting eaten by a tornado today. Listen, Midwest princess, I was raised over by those cornfields. I know what a tornado formation looks like, and best believe I'm scared of it. So my ass was up out of my seat. All of a sudden, the rain spins, starts spraying us directly in the face. I was like, thank God I stood up because now I can run quickly away. But not us like giggling at the people getting rained on and then God being like, okay, well, I'm going to shove rain in your face now. If you think that's funny, let me show you something really funny. Anyways, yeah, we just hung out in the rain while everybody else left and had our little time, watched some TV, finished our beers, finished our hot dogs, got some hot dogs for real cheap after that because everybody was leaving, obviously. And then I got home and I had no power. That is a hot summer night for you, okay? When it just starts thunderstorming and raining and you lose power and you got to sleep with the windows open and you're hearing the rain pitter patter on your windowsill with a tummy full of hot dogs. What's more American than that? Let's be real. We had the 4th of July on Thursday. I had the day off. I was ready to go out and party. All we really had planned was just meeting up with my boyfriend's friends and going to the skate park, like the bigger skate park in Kansas City, and just hanging out and grilling and letting the boys skate while I light off fireworks. Like, what's better than that? And specifically this place in Kansas City, it has like the perfect overview of all of downtown. It's like the top of the hill of Kansas City, so you can see everything. You can see fireworks in millions of directions. So we were packing hot dogs. I made Jello shots. Fun fact, Jello shots are so easy to make. All you need is a packet of like a 3-ounce packet of Jello. You need 1 cup of boiling water and you mix it in the Jello, and then technically you're supposed to add 1 cup of cold water and 1 cup of vodka or your alcohol of choice. My ass said, no, that doesn't seem like enough alcohol. So I only added 1 cup of boiling water and 2 cups of vodka to those Jello shots. Best believe I was so incredibly drunk that night. We started taking Jello shots. I think I made like 30 of them. And we started taking Jello shots at 3 o'clock. We did not get to the skate park until 7:30 because we did not want to get there earlier. It was me, my boyfriend's friends, some of their girlfriends. It was a great time. One of them ended up bringing a grill, so we threw some brats and hot dogs on the grill. I had cut up jalapenos and onions and brought the buns and brought the condiments. I was giving like skate park mom energy. There were people throwing off like half sticks of dynamite into the bowl and like everywhere. There were fireworks everywhere. It was insane. It was honestly like a war zone. And then of course the boys are like throwing fucking fireworks at each other, and I'm like, I'm scared. Luckily I was drunk enough that I was like, fuck it, if I get hit with a firework, I'm surviving, you know what I mean? Like, my body will just go limp, thank God. But my God, it was a war zone out there. One of his friends had driven up through the field onto the hill in his Jeep to overlook the city. Like, it was all these people in their picnic blankets and like a random Jeep in the middle of all these people. I was like, how the hell did you get here? What is going on? I like being around people like that who just like don't give a fuck in the best possible way. Not the kind of way where it like puts people in danger, obviously, but I don't give a fuck as in like, I'm here to have fun. Like, let's make it the most fun possible. And it was definitely that. We were out there drinking, taking Jello shots, eating so many hot dogs until like 11:30, 12. And then I gave up because that's when the crazies come out, and I was not about to be around the crazies when they had like illegal fireworks. That did not seem like a fun time. I had already had a couple of close calls. I lit off like 100 pack of those little dynamites in my hand, and the fuse went off too fast and like it exploded in my hand. I have a lot of firework experience, okay? I grew up in the Ozarks in the summers, so best believe like my family was making homemade fireworks in the middle of nowhere. Like, we have experience. We have firework experience, trust me. I live in the Midwest. We create our own kind of fun, you know what I mean? So it was a great time. Once again, I had way too many hot dogs that week. I don't think a human is supposed to like legally eat that many hot dogs in the span of 1 week. Their arteries will clog probably from that. Also, the amount of alcohol I had, I was like, I think I'm ready to go sober. I am. Going sober is something I genuinely think about a lot, especially after all those Jello shots and a couple beatboxes and a couple quirks. I'm like, oof. There's no day after drinking that I feel good. There isn't, especially after, I feel like after 23 and 24, your hangovers start getting worse because your body stops processing it as well as it used to. Like these ages of like 16 to 21, I didn't get hungover at all. There were no hungovers. Like I could drink and party and Molly and whatever, and I would wake up the next day and be like, okay, I'm good. Like, what are we doing? Like, no headache, no fatigue, full night's sleep, usually no throwing up. But now it's like I get one whiff of it or even a sip and I'm like, ugh, my body just feels so heavy. So heavy. So genuinely something I think about a lot. Definitely want to cut back a little bit. But we had a lot of festivities. I don't really have any coming up. So I feel like naturally that will fill into my routine. But after this week of shenanigans and fireworks and hot dogs and just having a time, I am like, I need to get back to the basics. I was living my little Dionysus lifestyle, my little party, have a fun time lifestyle. And now I'm like, we got to focus on me. I got to focus on the betterment of me. Because if I keep doing this at 30, I'm going to feel awful. I'm going to feel horrible. I'm barely going to be able to walk. Let's be honest. So at the end of this summer, not the end of the summer, I guess we're rounding, the midway point, the end point of summer. I am really just trying to focus on me and moving my body and getting into the sunshine and drinking enough water and stretching and really just taking care of the basics. I also was hungover and we just deep cleaned the entire apartment. That felt really nice. Not me swapping out my vodka for this green tea. I've been obsessed with making jugs of green tea recently. If you need a good green tea recipe, I take a mason jar. I fill it up with probably 3/4 the way with water. 3 green tea bags. Green tea doesn't need to soak that long. It needs 2-3 minutes to soak, honestly. I give it a good soak. I give it a good stir. I add half a lemon and I add 1/4 a cup of sugar, maybe a couple tablespoons of sugar. I give it a good stir. This in itself is a hangover cure. If you throw a couple teaspoons of salt, a pinch of salt, this is better than Gatorade, okay? Cheers. Oh my God. Talk about shenanigans too. Here at the skate park, I was eating a hot dog. I was facing the opposite direction because the whole skyline is filled with fireworks. I'm watching fireworks from miles away. I'm watching fireworks from the house next door shooting them off. I'm watching fireworks from the family right next to us who just spent $700 on the neighborhood blowout package or whatever, king of the neighborhood package. Just going crazy. I'm watching all that. All of a sudden I hear yelling. I turn around and this guy is trying to fight this group, the group of men I'm with. This singular man is trying to fight the group of men I'm with. And listen, we live in Kansas City, so I will always be on the lookout of a gun, perhaps. We live in America. If there's a fight anywhere, I'm always assuming there might be a gun involved. But my boyfriend he was wearing, my last episode, I was wearing my rhinestone sexy hat. He was wearing no shirt, cut off denim shorts, sexy rhinestone hat. This man is trying to fight everybody and he is bro, chill. This is not the place. Everybody's trying to have a good time. Leave. No one fucking wants you here. Leave. And the way he just completely minimized the situation completely and completely just took care of the situation, I was honestly, thank God, because I didn't know what to do. I just turned around and this man is trying to swing on these people and I'm what is happening? And my boyfriend's go, we don't want you here, you're ruining the vibes, please, no one is fucking trying to fight you, it's the 4th of July. Once again, men with egos that no one wants to deal with, take it somewhere else. So that was also, I was so drunk and I turned around and all of a sudden I'm oh fuck, these people are gonna start fist fighting in front of me and that's gonna kill the mood. But thank God my boyfriend's dude, leave, we're just trying to skate and have fun. If you want to shoot off fireworks, then go ahead, but No one's trying to fight you. You're giving loser energy. Please, I need you to go somewhere else. And guess what? He did. He packed up his shit and left because it was 1v12 and that would have not gone well. Obviously. So yeah, very hectic 4th of July. Great time. I really got into the hedonism of it all. Ate way too many hot dogs. Dealt with way too many men with big egos. Happy 4th. Let's be real. And now, yeah, I'm just chilling and recovering and resting from all that. I had my last day at my old job last week, so I feel like I'm really ending new cycles and coming into new ones, which feels really nice. I'm very excited for that. I'm excited to see how this week treats me with my new schedule. I have a lot of new content coming out for you guys. I just posted a outfit of the week reel. You guys seem to like those, so I think I'm gonna keep doing them. And I'll be posting a little recipe video sometime this week. I'm making salmon hand rolls because I'm craving them and I need them for lunch this afternoon. So I will be going and buying salmon and filming that. So if you're interested and you need a good munchie for the week, please go visit, go give it a little watch, go try it out. But once again, I'm getting back into the basics. I need to get into nature. I need to get my tan on. I need to get moving. I need to get stretching. I need to fill my tummy up with some yummy green tea and water, take my vitamins, comb my hair. That's the end of summer energy. That's what I'm going for. No alcohol, no fighting, no fireworks. We got that hyper energy out for the summer, and now we are focused on the basics. But I hope you had a beautiful and wonderful 4th. Obviously, not really here to celebrate America. Let's be fucking real. But I am here to celebrate fun and joining in with people who are here to have a good time. Because who hates fun? You know what I mean? So I hope you had a safe weekend. And with that being said, I'm done yapping. Maybe we'll smoke. We definitely should smoke. And then let's get into your questions. Okay, babes, cheers. And then let's get into what's on your mind and what the vibe is for the week. I want to know what the girlies have going on, you know? Let's hit this. A little green tea ASMR, perhaps. Someone said, and honestly, love her. But they said, I want to be in love. Real. I feel like summer just brings out the lover girl in everybody, you know? We're all like fiending after love because summer is the season of love. But also, I feel like when you have the feeling where you're like, I want to be in love, I want a relationship, I want a boyfriend, I want a girlfriend, that's coming, it's like coming from a place of lack, which is okay. You can be lacking in some areas, but don't define your life on the lack because you can find love in everything. I talked about this in the last episode when people are like, what do you think love is? It's not necessarily defined by a relationship or having a relationship, like a romantic relationship. It can be defined by having a friendship or your relationship with your mother or your father or your brother or sister, your relationship to your plants, your house plants, your kitty cat, you know, your relationship to the world around you, a favorite spot, your morning coffee. You can find love in the mundane. And I feel like, especially when you're seeking a relationship, when you're coming from a place of lack, it's very easy to find yourself in deep, dark alleys and scary places because you're willing to travel further and maybe to places you wouldn't have gone in order to fill that part of yourself. But if that part of yourself is already filled with appreciation and love around you, sure, maybe you do still want a boyfriend or a girlfriend or romantic love eventually. Don't we all? We're human. Of course we have that desire. If you fill that place of lack in your life with love and giving love to people around you and connecting to everyday love, the type of relationship you will attract and the partner you will attract will fit into your life so perfectly and so completely that it will be like the best kind of relationship ever. The relationship that I am experiencing now came from that kind of experience. I had been in many relationships where it felt like I need to be in a relationship, I need to be in a relationship, I need to be in love. So I was able to settle for anything. You know, I was like, oh, well, he gives me mundane love. Like the love that I thought was love at 18 is not the love that I'm experiencing now. And honestly, for the better. You know what I mean? I mean, with every kind of human, you're going to build a special connection and you will never be able to duplicate that. And I do believe that's beautiful. But also, I do believe that finding love in everyday moments and surrounding yourself in appreciation for the mundane does bring a specific type of beautiful nature to people that is undeniably attractive, especially to people who inherit the same qualities. And also you're going to hold yourself to a specific standard as well because of that. So seek love, desire love. I'm not saying don't desire love, don't push off romantic relationships, don't push off seeking for a partner. Keep doing that. Keep having love in your heart, keep having desire, keep dreaming of that. But also don't forget about the little things that are in front of you. Don't forget about how important it is to have that fun afternoon with your friends, to go to that baseball game with your friends, to go on that road trip with your friends, to spend time in the garden with your mom, to cuddle your cat, to have a warm cup of coffee on a oh, my cotton mouth. Peculiarly? That's what I get for trying to be smart. Cold morning, you know, especially that hot cup of coffee. Don't forget about the little things, okay? But love will find you. It will eventually. And it's always the best kind of love that finds you when you least expect it. Someone said how to tell my mom I don't want to be Christian anymore. See, I think when it comes to extremely religious parents, you don't necessarily have to say those things out loud. Pro tip to all of my young girls out there who want to live fully and freely themselves, you do not always have to tell everybody everything, especially your parents. Especially when your parents, you guys have maybe not that like friendship, that's my best friend relationship, when maybe they are a little bit judgmental or, you know, have their closed off values. You don't necessarily have to tell them everything. Okay? Honestly, if your parent is very religious, I would just, you know, maybe stop participating. Maybe I'm just going to be really busy on Sunday mornings. Maybe I have a job I need to go clock into. But do I necessarily need to look my mom in the eyes and tell her God's not real? No. We don't need to shatter her heart like that. You know what I mean? Like sometimes, honestly, this is a great learning lesson for everybody, is that you do not always have to say what's on your mind. Twitter is great, but the real world is not Twitter. You do not always have to speak what you're thinking, okay? In fact, I highly encourage you to, what did I say yesterday? I was talking to my boyfriend about this. Don't just talk to talk. Think about the words you're saying and have something worthwhile saying sometimes. Like sometimes the best thing you can really do is think through what you're about to say, especially for like me, my ADHD self, where I just like spew random words sometimes. Sometimes let's think about a sentence before verbalizing it. You know, like me trying to think about the word peculiar. Oh my God, I still can't fucking say it. Like, girl, let's think about that for a couple seconds before attempting it, you know? But yeah, honestly, life lesson. I remember being like 20 and thinking, oh my God, you know, maybe this is the time in my life I can tell my mom those crazy stories. But then I would tell her a crazy story and she'd get like concerned about me because she's a mom, and like rightfully so. She's going to be like, oh babe, now I'm nervous, you know, like let me put 20 years on it before I tell her a story. That's what I learned. I was like, oh, let me just let her live in peace, because honestly, she deserves it. And I'll live in peace over here as well by not saying the things that she doesn't need to hear, you know? Honestly, life tip, just keep it inside sometimes. You know, you can keep going on about your beliefs and what you want to do with your life without necessarily breaking your mom's heart, you know? Speaking of not being able to say words, here's a random one, but I was always wondering how I can extend my vocabulary. I've had people on here say I have a large vocabulary. Honestly, I don't really believe that. I feel like I could be using bigger words. And one thing, as somebody who wants to extend like my usage of words, you really need to consume not media, not content, but like writing. You need to consume writing. I think reading is so important and so healthy, and I've kind of realized that later on in life, because if you think about it, I stopped school at 21, so I hadn't been like learning and observing, I mean, knowledge, yes, but like literacy for 3-4 years, because I wasn't reading books at the time. And this year recently I started incorporating like a monthly book, and to keep me accountable I always do a monthly book club on Patreon, just to share like what I'm reading, what I'm interested in, and maybe inspire some of you guys, but honestly just to make sure that I'm reading one book a month. But that has really helped. And then also something that I want to try out, and maybe I'll Amazon Prime it today or find a cool Etsy seller, is I want to do one of those, like, I want to get one of those calendars where it's like, here's the word of the day. Maybe there's an app, I don't know, I'll go seeking, searching, and then I'll share it with you guys. But I want to like extend my vocabulary that way, where it's almost like a daily challenge, because my like ADHD works in a really funny way, where if it's like some really important task, I don't care about it, but if it's a tiny little task, then I care like way too much about it. So I know like one word a day, I'm gonna be like, no, let's do it. It's like the New York Times Wordle. I'm like, why is this something that I wake up craving, but not like doing adult things? It's small things in life, you know what I mean? But yeah, reading. I know it's annoying, but honestly, I also think it's just healthy to have that dissonance where you're able to enter a different world and imagine it fully and immerse yourself in it. I feel like a lot of adults lose that like creativity side of them and that like dreamer side of them, and that's a really great way to get back into it. But also it will improve your literacy and vocabulary. Ooh, talk about vibes of the week. Someone said, what does Cancer season have in store for us? I believe it was Friday night we had a Cancer full moon, and best believe that Cancer full moon energy was high. If you found yourself over the weekend maybe ruminating on past thoughts, aka all the girls, actually like 30 of you who messaged me about messaging your ex or reconnecting with your ex, if you felt the, big heart girl energy, the a little too sensitive to the small things, the quick emotions, the wanting to distance yourself, that was the Cancer new moon. Okay, it was making things a little bit harder to deal with, especially for the extra sensitive girlies, but also especially for the detached people who don't deal with their emotions and can't handle them, especially hard for them. We made it through that. Congratulations. Proud of you. But the rest of Cancer season, we need to work on not allowing those emotions to take over in that way, and not allowing them to take over in that way by processing them in the moment and getting to the root of them and letting them go. Do you know what I mean? That is the weapon that all Cancers need to utilize. But you also need to utilize the weapon of having a big heart and holding hope and dreaming and being just like a little princess with your hair, your long hair hanging out of your tower, braiding it, painting, staring off into the distance. That's the kind of energy Cancer season holds, and that's the healthy Cancer season energy that you need to step into. Your big-hearted princess energy, wanting to be the best and do the best and really just give and receive love. I feel like Cancers have a special understanding of that, but a unhealed Cancer, yes, they will pinch you. They absolutely will. So please tap into those emotions, feel them, but please, for the love of God, let them go. You do not need to hold on to that anger from 10 years ago, babe. It's okay. You can move on. You can step into a new self. You can molt and re-become. Okay, babe? Love you. Someone asked how to feel more confident when you feel ugly. Interesting. I feel like we all have our days, especially like that week before. No, honestly, not before. Like right after. For some reason, my cycle has been different hormonally with this new IUD. I don't know. Being a woman is so weird. Anyways, love it. Shout out. But also, that like week after my period, I just feel not myself at all. And I know it has nothing to do with like genuinely myself. It is everything to do with my hormones and my emotions in that sort of way. But there are a few tips and tricks to adjusting that emotion and working with it when you are feeling a little bit more down than usual. A is having a little self-care time, like doing a little face mask, sitting in a bath, really just like pampering yourself in the way you deserve. That has a great way of turning around that I feel ugly emotion, where it's just like, okay, well, let me treat myself like a Greek goddess. Let me bathe in flowers. Let me comb my hair. Let me paint on a face mask and put on a lip balm. You know what I mean? Really just pampering the self, taking care of the self, in order to kind of like reverse that emotion. Also, when it comes to like a day-to-day basis, maybe it's because you've changed. You know what I mean? I feel like when I go through those longer phases of like, why do I feel ugly? It's because I'm like staying in a past self when I want to grow and change and develop into a new self. So maybe try out a different hairstyle, try out a different outfit. You know what I mean? Allow yourself to molt and grow Cancer season energy into your new self and step into her shoes. I guarantee you will feel beautiful in them because it's like an elevated higher self version of you. And also, like, it's okay to have, like, maybe you don't want to wear that sexy, slinky dress that day. Girl, throw on the oversized shirt. If you feel comfortable, you're going to feel more yourself. 1,000%. Bitch, this is what I felt comfortable in today. Okay, very casual, chill. Last week, it was a spaghetti strap dress, heart-shaped sunglasses, and a sparkly rhinestone sexy hat. Like, the duality, okay? Allow that duality to ebb and flow. Step into whatever self is best for you at that time. Things like that seem to be the best, not quick fixes, but real life changes that you can adjust with. I also think if you have a lot of self-doubt and self-demeaning thoughts, having affirmations is so helpful, especially when you get in like thought loops. Like you have like ADHD thought loops where you keep thinking over the same bad thing over and over and over and over again. I felt like that was a huge stressor in my depression and really helped me spiral a little bit too much. It's almost like I had negative affirmations. You know what I mean? That I would just go over. If you keep having those ruminating thoughts, especially about yourself, your self-image, your self-worth, things like that, you need to have positive affirmations to combat them. If you are unable to think positive things about yourself, babe, let's start. Let's write down three positive affirmations you can give yourself. I, on the Patreon, do affirmations of the week every week where I include like images and quotes and things that inspire me, and then I set my intentions for the week. So simple to do. A great Sunday routine, a great Monday routine. And then specifically if you have a hard time with it or you have specific triggers when it comes to your look, put them on sticky notes and hang them on your mirror. Okay. So when you are maybe having those triggers, you have those affirmations right there. You don't have to come up with them because they are visually in front of you. It will help, I promise. When I was going through a really hard time when it came to my looks and allowing myself to enter that transitional phase and step into the new version of myself, and I felt stuck and I was unable to think positive things, having visual affirmations helped so much. Change your lock screen on your phone, okay? Write down 3 affirmations, change your lock screen on your phone to those affirmations. It will have a psychological and a positive psychological effect on you. I promise. But also, you're not ugly, okay? You're beautiful and you're gorgeous and you're sexy and you're hot and you are you, and that is what makes you amazing and beautiful. And guess what? There will never be another bitch like you. So you better own it and step into the best version of yourself so everybody can meet them and love them and support them in the way that you deserve. So, I love you. Stay sexy. Someone said, sometimes I type questions but delete them because I already know what you'll say. LMAO, illy. Listen, sometimes my opinions change and sometimes they don't. And sometimes they don't change for a good reason. Okay, because it's what? It's a bad idea. It's a bad idea. And listen, if I'm in the back of your head being like, no, babe, don't do that, hopefully it's for a good reason. You know what I mean? Hopefully I am deterring you from danger. Ooh, what are signs that your body is rejecting something? Job, person, etc. I love you. I feel like this has been a newer discourse on like the internet recently, which is understanding that sometimes, and actually a lot of the times, your body will tell you when something is wrong. Sometimes in the form of anxiety, sometimes in the form of physical ailments. Okay? And yes, best believe when I was going through the worst breakout purge of my life, I literally developed, like, I was so stressed and so depressed that I developed like a rash around my mouth. Okay, I was lethargic, I was iron deficient because I was so depressed, like so genuinely depressed. It looked like my body was rotting, like it was dying in front of you. Now, how nobody saw that, I don't know. That's a that's a question we're all trying to answer. But your body will tell you when something's wrong, especially when it comes to relationships as in sex as well. So, of course, relationship to self, your body will show physically if something is wrong. When it comes to relationships with people, like maybe if you know that you're not supposed to be together, like the sex is not as good, you don't receive as much pleasure from it, things like that. You don't even want to have sex at all. Or I have also been with a man who stressed me out so fucking much that, once again, worst breakouts of my life. I'm talking 2 to 3 cystic acne spots on my body, morning and night, not even once a day. Like, I was breaking out constantly. I was depressed. I was extremely underweight because this man was stressing me out so fucking much. Do not let people have that much power over you. If you find yourself in a place where you're like, holy shit, I am not me, and I am not me in a bad way, free yourself. See those signs and work towards a better self by removing yourself from those situations. Luckily, I have not had a job that has stressed me out that fucking much, because all of my jobs have been something that I genuinely enjoy. But I have seen people who their jobs are so bad for them, especially now that I think about it, my friend who was a floor nurse. Oh my God, those girls go through so fucking much. So much. If you think about it, they're taking care of people's worst days, and they are receiving the worst version of those people because, of course, they're on their worst day every single time they clock in for 12 hours overnight. Baby, you don't see the sunlight. Yeah, best believe she looked like a vampire. She did not look good. I was concerned and I knew what it was about, but she removed herself from that job. Actually, she got fired, but it was not her fault at all. She was doing what she needed to do legally. And she got a new job. Maybe it's an avenue that she never would have thought of, but it has genuinely brought the life back to her eyes, and it is so nice to see as a friend. If you see someone like who looks like down and out, obviously don't be like, oh my God, babe, what's wrong? You look bad. But like, please check in on them. Please ask them how they're doing. If you find yourself in a place where you're like, wow, my body is not doing well, ask yourself what's going on in your life. What is your stressor? What are your triggers? What is making you not take care of yourself? And you do have choice in this life, and you can remove it. Thank God I removed that man. Thank God I got therapy. Honestly, because I look back on pictures of myself and I love her. She was hot. She was cute. She was the thing at the moment. But I am so different and so much happier, and I'm glowing in a way that honestly I never have in my entire life. And it's because I put the work in leaving bad situations and listening to my body and listening to those feelings and connecting to my emotions, which who would have thought that would be a thing I would want to do, and learning and living and trusting in myself and uplifting myself and the people around me. It will make you glow from the inside out. It really will. You will see a complete and utter shift and change. And it is so beautiful to see. Anyways, listen to your body, please. Usually your mind has a lot to say and you should listen to it like half the time, but your body you need to be listening to 100% of the time. Does your heart feel good about it? Does your stomach feel good about it? Does your pussy feel good about it? Like, you know what I mean? How to not rot away during the summertime. You need to create a summertime bucket list. Babe, it's not over. You have a couple more months, I promise. Make a summertime bucket list of things that you want to do. And it doesn't have to be big things. It can be like, go to the art museum. Literally take a picnic blanket to the park and lay outside. It could be going a walk around your local park. It could be like getting coffee in the morning on a warm summer day. It could be going out for drinks with your friends, going to the local arcade bar, going to the local fair, go berry picking, like go to the baseball game. Like literally make a bucket list, at least 10 things, okay? 10 things of what you want to do before the summer's over. Step into your glitterified 8-year-old self, okay? And her jumbo markers and her jumbo, drawing board. And get into making a fun little list. Put some stickers on it, pour some glitter on it. And then every time you find yourself laying in bed for 8 hours, all of a sudden it's 3 p.m. You've been scrolling for 7 hours and you're like, what the fuck am I doing? I need to put this fucking phone down. I am losing my life. You go to your little board and you close your eyes and you pick a thing. And you do it. You have to do it. When you find yourself in those moments where it's like, I need to be doing something else, like I need to remove myself from the situation and do something else, you have to listen to that urge. You really do. But having something like already kind of prefigured out makes listening to that urge and actually having momentum in doing it so much easier. So make a summer bucket list. I think I made a summer bucket list already. I need to update it because I've done so much already. But maybe I'll make a new one on my new goals for the end of summertime and I'll share it with you guys. So please, 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 if you have not made a summer bucket list, make it now and get off that damn phone, okay? Oh my God, why won't my boyfriend let me give him roadhead? Probably because he's going to crash the car. Probably for both of your safety. You know what I mean? If he says no to roadhead, it's because he's going to lose control. And it's gonna crash, okay? No need to put yourself in any predicaments. Wait till the car's parked, They also asked how to make my boyfriend the happiest he has been. If I'm being honest, I really just keep that man fed. He doesn't even need to be entertained. Like, as long as I'm like cooking a good meal at the end of the day, he's happy. You know what I mean? And not the domestication of Hannah. Oh my God. Honestly, I'm always cooking anyways. So it's like, he might as well fucking eat, Like, I always cook way too much. In my family, I was always the one who cooked dinner for 4 people. So I'm used to making food for 4 people. And I always cook too much. So it's like, babe, I'm going to make your plate double the size it needs to be, and he's always fed and high and happy because of that. Also, I don't know, just throwing some pussy his way every once in a while. The roadhead, I see you, girl. I know you're trying. I guarantee he's happy, but once again, wait till the car's parked. This is interesting. Hot girl hygiene tips. Okay, wait, I love this because I have really dove into my hygiene this year, especially because I have had to learn a lot of that on my own. Like, my mom never really taught me a lot about hygiene. I mean, of course I had like deodorant in front of me and I brushed my teeth and I showered and all that stuff, but it's about like the little things that I even like I did observe her doing, but I never like implemented into my own life for some reason, that really just take like basic hygiene to the next level. You know what I mean? Of course, basic hygiene, make sure you're cleaning your body and showering. I don't care what products you fucking use when you shower, like as long as you are cleaning yourself daily. You don't have to wash your hair daily. I get it, girls. I know the no shower, the no wash your hair only 9 days, every 9 days. I get that. I wish I could do that. I have to wash my hair every day because it is a oil field for some reason. It is a full oil slick up there. But at least like please wash your body every day. Brush your teeth 2 times a day. Simple things. You want to take it a step further, which I highly recommend doing. You go to 2 dental checkups a year. All right. That's it. If you do that, you're going to be good. Your breath is going to be smelling fresh. If you want to go crazy, you can implement mouthwash. My friends have these like chewable tablets by Lush. They're like not mouthwash tablets, but I think like toothpaste tablets. So if you're like in the middle of your day and you just finished lunch and you just ate like a fat tub of garlic hummus, babe, chew up a little Lush toothbrush, chew, rinse your mouth out with water, spit it out, you're good to go. But little things that have really elevated my hygiene experience is staying moisturized. The girls who are glowing because they're covered in body oil, and I love that about them. Okay? Recently on my trip to Yellowstone, I got this lotion that I'm actually obsessed with. It's called Goats and Oats. I believe you can get it on Amazon, but it's by this local Montana goat farm. It smells like you just walked out of a bakery while they were making vanilla cupcakes. It smells incredible, but not so sweet that it's like my teeth are hurting. It's like a calming sweet. It's almost like that sweetness plus a little bit of baby powder. Oh my God, it is the best thing to rub all over my body before I go to bed. It is fantastic. After I shower, I lather myself up with the Glossier body oil. Okay, it's like a spray body oil. I lather myself up. I'm nice and moisturized. I'm glowing. I'm shiny. I feel like a slug. I feel great. You know what I mean? Putting Vaseline all over my lips before I go to bed, or a little lip mask, something like that. Finding a good face moisturizer that I can cover my face in before I go to bed. Finding a good hair mask. I talk about the bread hair mask all the time, that I can oil my hair up and all of a sudden it feels way better the next day. I think being moisturized takes hygiene to the next level. And then I think back on it, I'm like, oh, my mom never taught me that. But like literally every night and morning, she was in her cute little fluffy robe covering her legs with moisturizer, with lotion. And it's like, why did I not get into that? I also think scents are very important. I have this strange irrational fear that I smell bad. I don't know why. Having a good deodorant really helps, okay? I've never tried any of those natural deodorants because, babe, I sweat and I smell bad and I cannot risk it. So I'm going to stick to what works. You know what I mean? But also having a signature scent or a signature perfume to wear every single day is so nice. It's such a nice change of pace. Right now I've been wearing the Burberry Her, but I've recently gotten to like perfume side of Tumblr for some reason, and I'm loving it. And I think I'm about to start my perfume collection here soon. One thing of hygiene that I do for myself that is not necessary at all and is fully an aesthetic thing and not something that I think any sort of clean girl needs to have or anything like that. But personally, it's just a little hygiene thing that I do for myself that makes me feel amazing and great, which is getting my nails and most recently my toes done. I could have no makeup on. My hair could be one giant fucking rat's nest. My leg hair could be 2 inches long. My armpit hair could be 5 inches long. You know, I could be covered in acne, but if my toes are painted with a sleek little cunty French tip, I'm gonna feel like the baddest bitch in the world. You know what I mean? Oh, nail cam. I just got my nails done. Hold on. Aren't they everything? Giving July, okay? Really, honestly, giving midsummer, that teal and the red little hearts, very simple. Shout out to Nails by Megso. She is the best nail tech in all of KC, I have to say. And I know this because I was working at my restaurant the other day and a girl came in and she was like, oh my God, I love your nails. Are they Gel X? And I was like, how the hell does she know? Yes, they are Gel X. And also let me put you on to my nail tech because she's the best and everybody needs to know about her. And she was like, oh, no, I'm a nail tech. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, no worries. You get it then, girl. But yeah, no, she kills it. And she was like, oh, yeah, love it. She's like, you know what? Since you were so sweet, let me give you a tip. Girl, it was 70 cents. I know if Megan came in and picked up her food, it would be at least 20%. Like, she gets it. But yeah, no, the nails every time, everything. And then I've been getting my toes done. Tell me why the nail lady said to come in 2 months later. These bitches are grown out. I need to get in this week. That's on my Thursday to-do list. But that's like a small little thing. And I think everybody needs to have like a small little thing that makes them feel themselves, that they can, include into their weekly ritual of taking care of themselves. It really just is great for kind of like having that self-care moment and uplifting yourself in that sort of way, and simply just doing something that makes you feel like you know what I mean? That's really all it's about. But yeah, hygiene, you can keep it pretty simple. You can get crazy into it. But I think the most interesting aspects of hygiene are the little things that really take living to a new elevation. Like, I want to feel like a Greek goddess being oiled up every night. Let's be honest. Okay. And yeah, I think having like a signature scent, making sure you're moisturized, making sure you're taking care of yourself, making sure you're indulging in those little aspects of self-care while also making sure your body is healthy and well loved is the ultimate aspects of staying a hygienic queen. So, someone asked, been working a lot this week and going insane. Any tips, Illy? So me too, girl. Literally, I could not do it anymore. I was like, why the fuck did I sign up for this many hours? Holy shit, my life is so busy. I haven't had time for myself. And then I was working brunch yesterday and my boyfriend texted me and he's like, hey, so I think my family's going to stop by and spend the evening with us. And you know what I had to do? I had to be a big girl, because you know what I was looking forward to doing that night? Doing absolutely fucking nothing. So I had to tell my boyfriend, I was like, listen, babe, love you, sending peace and love to your family, but I cannot physically speak or talk to anybody else. And I need to retreat to my home and do nothing and kind of just rot for a little bit in order for my brain to slow down and for me to kind of decompress and relax a little bit. He's a good partner, because I said those things and he said, say no more, they'll come on a different day. And I was like, thank God. Because sometimes you just need some time for yourself. And if you are not prioritizing time for yourself, it's going to be very easy to burn the fuck out and start spiraling. Someone asked, where do you want this podcast to go? Will you bring people on, friends? Honestly, I've been doing this for a long time. And I've been thinking about this a lot on where I want this podcast to go and, if I want to keep doing it, things like that. As a content creator, you got to constantly think about those things. You know what I mean? And I love this audience. And all of your hearts are stopping. You're like, is she going to say she's stopping? No, I probably will not ever stop creating content or this podcast. But I have been thinking more about vlogs. And I have been more interested in creating vlogs. And I think like a weekly little, not even vlog, maybe just like YouTube video-esque could be really fun. And could be a great transition while also doing podcasts at the same time. So if you're interested in like extra content in the form of YouTube videos, I mean, my vlogs on there have really been doing well. I think people have really been enjoying them. But if you want to see more of those, let me know, because I really have been thinking about creating more of those. No, the podcast is not stopping. I will probably keep doing this for a long time, just because I love to yap and connect with you guys and chit chat a little bit and kiki with the girls, you know what I mean? But maybe I'll bring guests on in the future. Maybe my boyfriend will come on at some point. He has nothing to say. That's so funny. He just sits there and looks pretty, you know what I mean? And that's why I love him. But yeah, I have been thinking a lot about YouTube content. So if you want to see more like YouTube videos, let me know, because I've been thinking about creating more of those. And if there's any YouTube content in particular that you want to see from me, let me know as well. Someone said they wanted to see a joint rolling tutorial, so maybe I can make one of those for you guys. How to set boundaries with my job. They're working me to death. You can say no, and then if they make you feel bad, you can stop responding. You can walk away. You can put your phone on do not disturb. Also, in your schedule, I don't know if you work a 9 to 5, but babe, you're only supposed to work from 9 to 5 with a lunch break. If you are a server and you kind of create your own schedule, you can go into where you make your schedule and You can set the days and the hours that you want to work so they literally cannot schedule you through the online platform that they use. So say no. I encourage you, actually. Someone said, my boyfriend has trouble with empathy. Can we make it work? Can you truly feel love if you don't have empathy? That's all I have to say. That's my only question. And unfortunately, it is a question back to your question, but maybe it's one you need to sit with for a while. Anyways, someone else said, I'm long distance with my man and he can't communicate. What do I do? Stop responding. If he's not responding, no need for you to respond. Honestly, both of those were not great advice. A little bit of red flag advice for you. This is such July energy, and I think it's a great way to end this podcast. I'm so sorry. But someone said I made chocolate covered strawberries and I'm channeling my inner romantic self-love, Hannah. I love that. That is exactly all that July is about. July is about getting to our inner romantic, okay? Having that like big baby heart, being a big baby, being a princess, stepping into our princess energy, really just romanticizing everything and anything that we possibly can, but also trying to stay as mentally sane as possible. Okay, allow yourself to change, allow yourself to develop, allow yourself to become a new person if that's what you need. All right. Anyways, I love you all. Have a fantastic rest of your weekend. Stay safe, stay sexy, stay high, and I'll see you all next week. Mwah.